skip until the last match of the day guarantees you a top 2 placement. So it is actually quite important.
Very vital. And we will start our maps for today on Nimbani. So starting things off with the hybrid map.
I'm a bit interested to see how Dallas Fuel plays, because they've been showing us a lot of different team compositions, a lot of different looks, of course. In their match earlier this week, we did see Effect play a lot of Doomfist, but interestingly, they've been shying more away from the Tracer, and we've been seeing Taimu return to Widowmaker, McCree, the hit scan roles, and we've been seeing Effect go towards, surprisingly, Genji, Junkrat, Doomfist constantly, right? And so if I'm Fuel and I'm coming into this one, when I know that Sabiel is so strong in the Tracer versus Tracer 1v1, maybe you just don't play Tracer at all. Maybe you actually swap over, have Taimu on that McCree, and then continue running this style where you move Effect over to some more of these projectile or weird heroes that he can play. And a lot of people forget that when Doomfist was released, when he was very strong, when Envy was playing in Contenders, Effect was a monster on the Doomfist. So it's something that we know he's done effectively in the past, and I'm glad we're going to potentially see a little bit of it again.
You know, speaking of things we've seen that have worked in the past, Taimu's Junkrat has from time to time been a pretty strong pick for him, and I'm not saying that's what he's going to stick with going into this one, but it's something that maybe we want to keep in mind as Dallas goes forward, because I feel like the rest of this stage for them is about experimentation, right?
I agree.
You're not really going to get any great results in this stage. It's kind of over as far as your match results are going to be. So why not take this time to really try a bunch of strategies against some of the best teams out there in this stage situation? I think, you know, despite the poor performance for these guys in stage 1, they've actually got a really cool opportunity, and I think we're going to get a lot of interesting games out of that.
And actually, we are going to see something interesting right away. It will be Mickey, who has been improving his Roadhog performance, to be sure. Effect on the McCree and Taimu on the Junkrat. So they have swapped the McCree and Junkrat players that we saw earlier this week. It will be a slow push with the barrier from underneath.
Yeah, I actually think Mickey's Roadhog has been fantastic lately, despite not getting those map wins. On an individual level, he's been looking good.
Oh, that's a beautiful biotic.
Yeah, Jonak was really ready for them and denying all that healing.
That rotation from Jonak was gorgeous. So usually you see Ana played on the far side of the point, but when they realize the composition, they know they're going underneath, and because of the placement of the Orisa barrier, he manages to rotate all the way around the opposite side, get the grenade onto multiple members of the Dallas Fuel. No more healing possible, and an easy cleanup in the corridor.
Oh, immediate swap from Dallas Fuel, too. They completely changed their composition. Taimu on the Soldier now, Effect on the Tracer, going for a little bit more of a dive here. They're going to try it right away. Coco gets in the back line, drops that shield a little bit low. Where are the heals, man? They need to keep Coco up. He jumps out just in the nick of time. Effect, meanwhile, camping on the point here, trying to draw New York back in. He does get the kill onto Janice, though, so there's a decent start for Dallas. If Arc can't get to his Winston, we'll see. Self-destruct coming in. Can Dallas escape it here? Taimu gets caught by that one as Meko remix.
Yeah, they do have a resurrection available, so Taimu is going to be coming back up.
Yep.
That was some great focus fire in the front line. Coco is anti-heal right now by the Ana, but he's going to come back.
Well, he's done a good job of zoning people back away from the point here and getting back to his healers just in time. Effect gets a pulse bomb, no kills out of that one though. Now Tranquility coming in from Dallas. Harry Hook trying to keep everybody up. Libero getting a bit low. Effect searching for that kill. Can he get there before the heals come in? No, it doesn't look like that. Janice back in action again. It's been a long, protracted fight on the point here, but Dallas has at least taken the first tick, but after losing their healers there, I think New York should be able to hold.
Arc with the later Valkyrie coming up big. Libero going to launch Mickey off the map to end that fight.
Probably didn't need much motivation to go that direction as Dallas was resetting there.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple of support ults used by the Dallas Fuel, and same with New York Excelsior. So they're going to be coming back. Taimu will have an opportunity here to get a good tack visor off without a lot of healing coming in from Arc's Valkyrie. We'll see if he can get that opportunity. They are coming up the gut right now through the main street once again.
All right, couple anti-heals coming through from Jonak's biotic grenade again. As Dallas jumps onto the point here, Libero pushed back just a bit. And there's Taimu trying to run away from Janus here. He doesn't want to go down before he uses his attack visor, but he does. Libero raining death from above without needing to use that barrage. And he will pretty much pick up all the kills New York needs.
Taimu really didn't have an opportunity to use the tactical visor. He was hit by the biotic grenade at the start of that fight and chunked very low. And by the time he gets into position, there's a damage boost at Farah, dealing a ton of damage to him, as you can see right here. He's just going to finish that off. But good zoning. Chips will be the next to fall as well on that Mercy.
That is rough. So Dallas, only one tick taken so far. They're going to go ahead and launch the self-destruct in there. Libero caught by it. Mickey gets one. They need to capitalize, though. Down to just 35 seconds remaining. Janus falls to FX Pulse Bomb. This might be what Dallas needs to finally get the payload going. That's another tick taken. Nano boost on Nemeko right now as he tries to equalize here in this fight. Chasing down Effect, he gets him. But Mickey's on the point. Now, the Winston joining the fray here. Excel with a couple kills. And they get chips, and that might be the end of it for Dallas here. I think that was their best opportunity, and they weren't able to complete it.
Taimu's never been able to get an angle for this tactical visor.
No.
And part of that is that they've just been coming up through the main street. He hasn't had a high ground advantage at all so far over the point. Can they even get there?
I don't know. They get overtime ticking just in time. Coco on the point. Effect there as well, but not a lot of healing for them. They need to get the healers back. Harry Hook res by chips. Can they actually grind this one out?
I don't think so, Don. Just the tanks on the point now with Effect. Harry Hook
chips again.
Has been zoned out on the flank. Libero still there, going to get the D-suit onto Mickey.
That's it. And just between Jonak's bio grenades and what Libero was able to do on the Farah, that was some excellent space control from NYXL. And like you mentioned, Dallas just never really found any opportunities.
Taimu never had a chance, really, to get involved in those fights on the Soldier 76. It was a combination of the tank line and also Libero zoning him out. Even when he ran to the high ground on that last attack and tried to use his tac visor, there was a Winston bubble over him immediately and a barrage on the top doorway coming in from Libero. So Libero completely controlling the long-range DPS from the Dallas Fuel. And that's what you get when you have a team that is intimately aware of the enemy team's ults and trying to shut them down. Taimu held on to that tac visor and never had a chance really to use it.
Wow, really smooth execution from New York. And I think one of the things we need to talk about with this team too is how they bounced back after that loss to Philly. I mean, that was kind of the low point of the stage for them. But since then, I think that things have noticeably tightened up in their play, and we're seeing, more of that right now.
Yeah, and for those Dallas Fuel fans too, shouldn't despair. Numbani has been one of Dallas's worst maps so far this season. Anubis, unfortunately, isn't much better for them coming up next. But in the second half, I'm really looking forward to Oasis, because both of these teams have unusual Farah-less Oasis strategies that we've seen. So we might be in for a treat in terms of team compositions. But for now,
like a lot of Roadhog hooks bouncing off Orisa shields.
Yeah, I think you're right, Della.
We're gonna see a lot of that. But got to complete Numbani first. Not the toughest task in the world for New York Excelsior. They need to get, I believe, about 2/3 of the control meter here. Yeah, 67.1% to win the map. So Dallas Fuel on the defense certainly has their work cut out for them.
Now, standard poke composition here from the Dallas Fuel. See if Taimu is better able to control the high ground. New York Excelsior will be going Genji Tracer Dive. So looking to get up into the back high ground as quickly as they can.
Yep. Just kind of taking it easy here. Biding a little bit of time here. Methodical push from New York. Helping Art get a little bit more charge on the Valkyrie.
Art is going to charge immediately. Way up.
Whoa! Both supports down for Dallas. Disaster already as New York charges in. I'd like to see that dive from the upper perspective to see what happened exactly there. It just looked like they got overrun nearly immediately.
And Doa, that was actually a really interesting bait by New York. It looked like they were just poking to charge their Valkyrie, but Libero had snuck around the backside and struck when Dallas did not expect it. It looked like a poke war going on, but Libero, the sneaky ninja, comes around the flank and takes out the supports.
Well, short and sweet for New York Excelsior. That's one map in the bag already. They're going to come out with a lead in